The next thing I want to show to you is this. You'll notice that under this name is an underline. When you see a name underlined, it means there are more records for this organization. And when you click on that, you will produce a search result of all the records that are part of the North Central Community Association. So you can see all the records. This one in particular is the one that is related to the database work. And so if we clicked on that, again, what we see is that this is a clickable link because it brings together all of this, and that is actually the name of the program itself. And you can work your way, you can navigate when you're in a given record. If you had a search result, you can actually go back to the first result and you can do a next and a previous and a last by navigating through just those 11 records that were in your search result. Over here, we've got our list. Let's add this record to it also and go back to our search. Now we've got this little list up here, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So this is the list that we created through this session. It was the result, I believe, about 3 different searches and a browse that produced this list of records. When I look at the list, I can remove any one of these when I review the list and say, you know what, I don't think I need that one after all, so I'm going to remove it. And the list will diminish by that amount. I can go into this record and I can look at any one of them, and this navigation goes through that list of 6, that special list that I've just created. So I can say next, and it's showing me this one, and I can say next, and it will continue to take me through. I can go back and look at my list either by clicking on that. Okay? And you'll notice that it's still a list of 6 because although I took this record out of my list up at the top, it's still in this list because that was the one that I did. If I want to actually refresh my list and now only look at my list of 5, I need to go back, and now I have a list of 5 with the one that I removed gone. Again, you can print this list. Or sorry, you can't print from your My List yet. I'm mentioning this because in fact, and I have to make my confession now, I added the My List feature in order to demonstrate it to you, but at the moment there's a limited amount you can do with it. But I thought it was important when we had you here for training to indicate the My List feature and to mention to you that it may not be here from search results after I tell Angie what I did, because although it was available in individual records to create a My List, it wasn't, the tool hadn't been added to the search results. And I did it just so I could demonstrate to you, but honestly, I'm not sure if Angie wants it to stay there until there's more that can be done. Because the kinds of things that will be added to these tools will be things like printing this list. And in fact, doing a print report, which would summarize each one of these records in a continuous print-friendly report, sort of almost like a directory or a referral list. Those tools are to come, and it may be that Angie would prefer not to make this publicly available too extensively until those additional tools are in place. So the My List is available at the moment from individual records. I'm anticipating she'll probably want to keep it in the search results, but so what I mean by the search results is this kind of thing, where you look at this list and you have the capacity to add record from searching. And as soon as you do that, your My List up at the top now has 8 records in it. So when you're putting together, for instance, a resource list for a client, you can do it using this My List feature. It'll give them the main things they need to know about these records: the phone, the area served, the address, and so on. But what it will not be able to do, what you'll not be able to do, is to make this last. Once you log out of your browser, go home for the weekend, come back on Monday, your My List will not be there anymore, because it's not a permanent list, it's a temporary list. To clear everything from your list, you just click on this, remove all. You want to map your list, you can do that too. So you see the locations, you see that there's 4 here.